the lion who learned to listen. In the heart of the African savanna, where the golden grass swayed in the warm breeze, lived a young lion named Leo. Leo was known throughout the land for his loud roar and his swift paws. He took great pride in being the fastest and strongest animal around. One sunny morning, as Leo was patrolling his territory, he spotted a young gazelle named Gaia grazing nearby. Without a second thought, Leo crouched low in the grass, ready to pounce. But just as he was about to spring forward, he heard a small sob. Curious, Leo paused and listened more closely. To his surprise, the sound was coming from Gaia. "Why are you crying?" Leo called out, forgetting for a moment that he was supposed to be hunting. Gaia jumped, startled by Leo's voice. She trembled but knew there was no point in running. Leo was much faster than her. I'm scared," Gaia stammered. "Every day, I worry about being chased or hunted. I can never relax or enjoy the beautiful savanna. It's exhausting always being afraid." Leo was taken aback. He had never considered how the other animals felt. "But that's just the way things are," he said, confused. "I'm a lion, and you're a gazelle. That's how it's always been." Gaia nodded sadly. "I know, but that doesn't make it any easier. Don't you ever wish things could be different?" Leo sat down, his tail swishing thoughtfully. "I've never really thought about it," he admitted. "I've always just done what lions do." As they talked, Leo began to see Gaia not just as prey, but as a fellow creature with thoughts and feelings of her own. He learned about her family, her favorite spots to graze, and her dreams of exploring the savanna without fear. Days passed, and Leo found himself seeking out Gaia's company more and more. They would talk for hours, sharing stories and laughter. Leo even started to show Gaia some of the most beautiful parts of his territory, places she had never dared to go before. One day, as they watched the sunset together from the top of a small hill, Leo turned to Gaia and said, "You know, I've been thinking a lot about what you said, about wishing things could be different." Gaia looked at him curiously, and I think maybe they can be," Leo replied. "I've realized that there's more to life than just hunting and being the strongest. I've never had a real friend before, and now that I do, I don't want to lose that." Gaia's eyes widened in surprise. "Are you saying what I think you're saying?" Leo nodded. "I'm saying that I don't want to hunt you or your family anymore. In fact, I want to protect you." Tears of joy welled up in Gaia's eyes. "Oh, Leo, that means so much to me. But what about the other lions? And what will you eat?" Leo smiled. I've thought about that too. There are plenty of other things I can eat: fruits, vegetables, and fish from the river. It might take some getting used to, but I'm willing to try. As for the other lions, well, I'll just have to talk to them and help them understand, just like you helped me." From that day forward, Leo became known as the protector of the savanna. He used his strength and speed to keep other predators away from the gentler animals, and slowly but surely, other lions began to follow his example. As word spread about the lion who befriended a gazelle, animals from all over the savanna came to see for themselves. They were amazed to find Leo and Gaia playing together, racing across the plains side by side. Leo taught the other lions how to fish and which plants were safe to eat. It wasn't always easy, and sometimes the lions missed their old ways, but seeing the joy and peace that had come over the savanna made it all worthwhile. The other animals, too, had to learn to trust. It took time, but gradually, they began to see the lions not as enemies, but as protectors and friends. Years passed, and the savanna flourished like never before. Without the constant fear of being hunted, the herbivores were able to graze more efficiently, which in turn helped the plants to grow stronger and more abundant. the entire ecosystem seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. One evening, as Leo and Gaia watched a new generation of lions and gazelles playing together, Gaia turned to her old friend and said, "Do you ever regret your decision to give up hunting and change the way things have always been?" Leo shook his mane and smiled. "Not for a single moment," he replied. "You taught me something invaluable, Gaia. You taught me empathy, to see the world through someone else's eyes and to understand their feelings. That understanding has brought more joy and fulfillment to my life than hunting ever did." Gaia nuzzled her friend affectionately. "And you taught all of us that change is possible, even when it seems impossible. That with understanding and compassion, we can create a better world for everyone." As the sun set on another peaceful day in the savanna, Leo and Gaia sat side by side, two unlikely friends who had changed their world through the simple act of listening and understanding. And so, the story of Leo and Gaia was passed down through generations of animals in the savanna. It served as a reminder that empathy has the power to transform not just individuals, but entire communities. That by taking the time to understand one another's feelings and perspectives, we can build a world where everyone can thrive, regardless of their differences. The end.